In the heart of northern Tanzania, where the ancient land meets the sky, lies a place unlike any other on Earth. A place where time seems to stand still and the wild spirit of Africa thrives in its purest form. The Ngorongoro Crater is a breathtaking natural wonder, a colossal unbroken caldera formed when a towering volcano, once among the highest in Africa, catastrophically collapsed in on itself 2 to 3 million years ago, leaving behind this vast bowl-shaped sanctuary. Imagine, if you will, a giant bowl nearly 20 kilometers wide and plunging over 600 meters deep. Its sheer scale is almost impossible to grasp until you stand at the rim and gaze across the endless expanse below. The crater's steep, forested walls rise like emerald ramparts, creating a self-contained world. A natural fortress that has shielded an astonishing concentration of wildlife for thousands of years, isolating it from the outside world. This unique geography acts as a living barrier, trapping moisture and creating a microclimate within the crater. Here, animals are protected from the harsh winds and dramatic climate shifts of the surrounding Serengeti plains, allowing life to flourish year-round. It is truly a world within a world, a living laboratory of nature, where every layer of life, from the tiniest insect to the largest mammal, plays a vital role in the ecosystem's delicate balance. The crater floor is a vibrant mosaic of habitats, open grasslands, shimmering lakes, dense woodlands and marshy swamps, each supporting its own unique community of creatures and each changing with the seasons. Vast open grasslands stretch beneath the African sun, their golden blades rippling in the breeze, providing endless grazing for immense herds of wildebeest, zebra and gazelle, an ever-present feast for the crater's predators. At the heart of the crater lies Lake Magadi, a shimmering, shallow soda lake that draws thousands of vibrant pink flamingos, their feathers painting the water in dazzling hues as they feed on the rich algae. Freshwater marshes like the lush Ngorongoro swamp offer a permanent source of water, attracting wallowing hippos and a kaleidoscope of waterbirds, herons, storks and kingfishers, each thriving in this watery haven. Patches of acacia woodland provide cool shade and nourishing leaves for browsing animals like elephants and giraffes, whose towering forms move gracefully among the trees. This extraordinary diversity of landscapes, packed into just 260 square kilometers, is what makes the Ngorongoro Crater so special, allowing an astonishing variety of species to coexist in a delicate, ever-shifting balance. This enclosed arena is home to one of the densest concentrations of wildlife on the planet, with an estimated 30,000 large mammals living side by side, each playing their part in the intricate web of life. It is one of the rare places in Africa where you can witness the legendary Big Five: lion, leopard, elephant, buffalo, and the critically endangered black rhino, all in a single day, a testament to the crater's status as a wildlife haven. Thanks to the permanent availability of water and lush grazing, most of the crater's residents remain here year-round, unlike their migratory cousins in the nearby Serengeti, creating a stable, thriving community. Here, animals live out their entire lives within this volcanic bowl, enacting a timeless drama of survival, predators and prey locked in an ancient dance, each day bringing new stories of life, death and renewal. But the Ngorongoro Crater is not just a sanctuary for animals. It is also a place of immense scientific and cultural significance, a living link to humanity's own origins. For generations, the Maasai people have lived in harmony with the wildlife, grazing their cattle alongside wild herds, a rare example of coexistence between humans and nature. This ongoing interaction adds another layer of complexity to the ecosystem, blending ancient traditions with the rhythms of the wild, and offering valuable lessons in sustainable living. Today, the Ngorongoro Crater is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, celebrated for its outstanding universal value and its role as a living museum of natural history. It stands as a powerful reminder of what our planet once was, a pristine wilderness where the ancient rhythms of nature continue largely undisturbed, offering us a rare and precious window into the wild heart of Africa and inspiring us to protect these wonders for generations to come. The undisputed rulers of the Ngorongoro Crater are its magnificent lions. Here, beneath the vast African sky, their presence is both regal and formidable, a living testament to the power and complexity of nature's most iconic predator. The crater is home to several distinct prides, each commanding its own territory across the caldera floor. These territories are fiercely defended, with boundaries marked by scent and patrolled daily. The density of lions here is among the highest in Africa, a direct result of the crater's year-round abundance of prey. Unlike their cousins on the Serengeti Plains, the lions of Ngorongoro do not need to follow the great migrations. Food is always close at hand: wildebeest, zebra, buffalo and more, allowing these prides to remain largely sedentary. This unique lifestyle has shaped the lions themselves. With less need to roam, they conserve energy, growing larger and more muscular than many of their counterparts elsewhere. The males, in particular, are a sight to behold. Towering over 200 kilograms, the males sport thick, dark manes, a symbol of health, strength and dominance. These manes not only intimidate rivals but also attract lionesses, playing a crucial role in the social hierarchy. At dawn and dusk, their thunderous roars roll across the crater, a dramatic declaration of territory and a warning to any would-be challengers. It is a sound that defines the wild heart of Ngorongoro. Life within a pride is a delicate balance of cooperation and competition. Each pride is led by a coalition of dominant males, but it is the lionesses who form the core. Sisters, mothers, daughters and cousins bound by blood and loyalty. Their days are a cycle of hunting, resting, grooming and defending their home. The open grasslands offer little cover, demanding extraordinary skill from the lionesses. They are the pride's primary hunters, working together with silent precision. Each hunt is a masterclass in teamwork, flanking, ambushing and driving prey toward waiting pride members. Using the crater's undulating terrain, the lionesses often herd zebra or wildebeest into natural bottlenecks where hidden lions lie in wait. Success depends on flawless coordination and split-second timing. When the target is a formidable Cape buffalo, the entire pride joins the fray. Each lion plays a role, some distract, others attack from behind, and together they bring down prey many times their size. It is a display of raw power and unity. After a successful hunt, the pride gathers to feed. Dominant males eat first, followed by the lionesses and finally the cubs. For the youngest, every meal is a lesson, watching, mimicking and learning the skills they will one day need to survive. Yet even in this paradise, danger lurks. The lions of Ngorongoro face a silent, insidious threat: genetic isolation. The steep crater walls form a natural fortress but also a prison. Few lions enter or leave, and over generations this isolation has shrunk the gene pool. Most lions here are closely related, and inbreeding has become a serious concern. The consequences are subtle but profound. Over time, reduced genetic diversity weakens immune systems and increases vulnerability to disease and genetic defects. The future of these majestic predators hangs in the balance. Experts have noted that crater lions are more susceptible to outbreaks and have lower reproductive success than their Serengeti relatives. It is a challenge that demands urgent attention. Conservationists and park authorities are on the front lines, monitoring every aspect of the lions' lives: health, genetics and social dynamics. Using GPS collars and genetic testing, researchers track the movements and family trees of every pride, searching for solutions to the genetic crisis. Some experts advocate for introducing new lions from outside the crater, a bold move that could revitalize the population, but also risks disrupting the delicate social structure. Such interventions are debated fiercely. The balance between helping and harming is razor thin, and every decision carries weighty consequences. For now, the focus remains on vigilant protection and careful study. The Lions of Ngorongoro continue their reign, kings and queens of a lost world, locked in a daily struggle for survival, their fate intertwined with the future of this extraordinary caldera. But the crater is not theirs alone. Rival predators, especially the cunning spotted hyena, constantly test the lion's dominance. Fierce battles erupt over kills, with hyenas using numbers and strategy to challenge even the mightiest pride. These dramatic encounters are a daily reality. Sometimes the lions triumph, other times they are forced to retreat, their authority challenged but never broken. As wildlife biologist Dr. Amina Njoroge explains, the social structure of Ngorongoro's lions is both their greatest strength and their greatest vulnerability. Their unity allows them to dominate, but their isolation threatens their future. The world is watching, and the next chapter in their story is still being written. Among the most formidable residents of the Ngorongoro Crater is the Cape buffalo, a true heavyweight of the African plains, both in size and in influence. These immense herbivores, with their powerful bodies and formidable curved horns that can span over a metre, are a force to be reckoned with. Their horns are not just for show. They are essential tools for defence and dominance within the herd. Cape buffalo live in large, tightly knit herds, sometimes numbering in the hundreds. These herds are a constant, rumbling presence on the crater's grasslands, moving together in search of the freshest grazing. Their daily routine revolves around grazing and seeking water. The year-round availability of grass and water in the crater means the buffalo population here is stable and healthy, rarely needing to migrate far. An adult male can weigh close to 900 kilograms, and their sheer size and strength make them a very challenging target for even the most determined predators, including the crater's powerful lion prides. The buffalo's greatest strength lies in their social structure and collective defense. Each day, as they graze, sentinels keep watch for danger, ready to sound the alarm at the first sign of a threat. When a herd is threatened by lions, they form a defensive circle, placing the vulnerable calves and younger members in the center, while the powerful adults face outwards with their horns lowered. This behavior is not just instinct, it's a learned, coordinated response honed over generations. This unified wall of muscle and horn is an almost impenetrable fortress. There are stories of entire lion prides being held at bay for hours, unable to break the buffalo's line. They are known for their courage and will often charge predators to protect a herd member. In one remarkable encounter, a buffalo herd turned the tables on a group of lions, chasing them off and rescuing a captured calf, an act of bravery that echoes through the crater's legends. This incredible bravery and teamwork mean that lion attacks on adult buffalo are often unsuccessful, and it is usually only the old, sick, or very young that are taken down. Even then, the battle is fierce, and the outcome never certain. These massive grazers are also important engineers of the ecosystem. Their daily movements shape the landscape, opening up new grazing areas and maintaining the delicate balance of the crater's grasslands. As they move across the grasslands, their hooves trample down old, tough grasses, which helps to stimulate new tender growth that other smaller herbivores can eat. This process creates a mosaic of habitats, supporting a rich diversity of life. Their dung is a vital source of nutrients for the soil, enriching the plains and supporting the growth of healthy vegetation. Dung beetles and other insects thrive here, breaking down waste and recycling nutrients back into the earth. The buffalo are also hosts to oxpeckers, small birds that ride on their backs and feed on ticks and other parasites. These birds act as living alarms, alerting the buffalo to approaching danger with their sharp calls. This is a classic example of a symbiotic relationship, where the buffalo are cleaned of pests and the birds get an easy meal, showing the intricate connections that link all life in the crater. In the early morning, you'll often see buffaloes standing still, eyes half closed as oxpeckers diligently groom them, a moment of peace in an otherwise vigilant existence. However, like the lions, the Cape buffalo face challenges related to their isolation. The crater's walls are both a sanctuary and a barrier, limiting the movement of herds and the mixing of genes. Living within the confines of the crater means their population has limited genetic diversity, which can make them more susceptible to disease. When illness strikes, it can sweep through the herd with devastating speed. This is a particular concern because the Maasai graze their domestic cattle on the crater rim and surrounding areas. The boundary between wild and domestic is thin, and disease can easily cross it. Diseases can sometimes spread from the cattle to the wild buffalo population, posing a significant threat. In the past, outbreaks of bovine tuberculosis and foot-and-mouth disease have tested the resilience of the crater's buffalo. Conservation efforts, therefore, focus not only on protecting the buffalo within the crater, but also on managing the health of livestock in the surrounding lands to prevent the spread of illness into this pristine, natural sanctuary. The fate of the Cape buffalo is intertwined with the health of the entire ecosystem, a reminder that in Ngorongoro, every life is connected, and every day is a testament to survival, cooperation, and the enduring power of nature. The Ngorongoro Crater is not just a breathtaking landscape, it's a sanctuary, a final refuge for one of Africa's most critically endangered animals, the black rhino. Here on the crater floor, the fate of a species hangs in the balance. These magnificent, prehistoric-looking creatures are a rare and precious sight. Each black rhino that roams this ancient caldera is a living testament to survival against overwhelming odds. With their thick, armor-like skin and two powerful horns, black rhinos are survivors from another age. But even these formidable defenses are no match for the threats they face today. The front horn, longer and more prominent, is made not of bone, but of densely packed keratin, the same material as our fingernails. Yet this unique feature has become their curse. Rhinos use their horns for defense, foraging, and breaking branches. But to poachers, these horns are worth more than gold. To witness a black rhino here is to glimpse a miracle, a species fighting its way back from the very edge of extinction. For many, it's a moment of awe and heartbreak. The crater's steep walls form a natural fortress, shielding its small rhino population from the relentless threat of poaching that has decimated their numbers across Africa. Poachers, driven by the illegal trade in rhino horn, fueled by myths of medicinal value, have pushed these animals to the brink. The black rhino's struggle is not just for survival, but for existence itself. Even here in this protected haven, the threat is never far away. Every shadow at dusk, every distant sound could signal danger. A dedicated team of rangers stands as the rhino's last line of defense. Day and night they patrol the crater, risking their lives to protect these gentle giants. Using observation posts, vehicle patrols, and cutting-edge technology, these guardians keep constant watch. Their vigilance is the difference between hope and heartbreak, but the struggle doesn't end with poaching. The black rhino's battle is also against isolation and the slow erosion of their habitat. With so few individuals left, finding a mate is a daunting challenge. Each rhino's lonely search across the vast crater is a race against time. Black rhinos are solitary by nature, roaming large territories, but as their world shrinks, so do their chances of survival. Conservationists are fighting back with science, using GPS collars and drones to track rhino movements, and sometimes guiding them toward potential mates during the breeding season. But genetic isolation is a growing concern. With so few rhinos, inbreeding threatens their future, making them more vulnerable to disease and reducing fertility. Experts warn that without new bloodlines, the population's long-term health is at risk. Every calf born is a precious victory, but also a reminder of how fragile their future remains. Despite these immense challenges, hope endures. Conservationists, rangers and scientists work together, united by a single goal, to ensure the black rhino's survival. Every new calf is a triumph, a symbol of resilience and a testament to the power of human dedication and compassion. The fight to save the black rhino stretches far beyond Ngorongoro. Across Africa, international teams collaborate, sharing knowledge and resources to protect this iconic species from extinction. The rhinos of Ngorongoro are more than survivors. They are a beacon of hope. Their story is a call to action, a reminder of what's at stake and what can be achieved when we stand together. Their continued presence is a measure of our commitment, a living legacy for future generations, and a promise that we will not let them vanish from the wild. Towering above the grasslands, African elephants, the largest land animals on Earth, roam the Ngorongoro Crater. But their story here is as complex and fascinating as the animals themselves. The crater is primarily home to large bull elephants, often called tuskers for their magnificent, sweeping ivory. These old males are living legends, each tusk a record of decades spent traversing the wild. Drawn by the crater's reliable food and water, these bulls find a peaceful sanctuary here. Scientists have observed that older males, having left their birth herds, often seek out such safe havens to spend their twilight years. Meanwhile, female elephants and their young form tight-knit family groups, usually staying in the forests along the crater rim and the surrounding conservation area. Here, the vegetation is richer and more suited to the needs of growing calves. Occasionally, these families descend into the caldera, their arrival a breathtaking spectacle. It's a rare but unforgettable sight. Generations of elephants moving together, led by the wisdom of their matriarch. Elephants are true ecosystem engineers. Their immense strength allows them to break branches, uproot trees, and even dig for water, dramatically shaping the landscape. As they move, elephants carve out pathways through dense bush and woodland. These trails become vital corridors for countless other species, from antelope to warthogs. Smaller animals follow these elephant-made highways, gaining access to new feeding grounds and water sources. In this way, elephants help maintain the delicate balance of the ecosystem. During droughts, elephants use their tusks and trunks to dig for water in dry riverbeds. These water holes become lifelines for many species, especially in the harshest months. Their feeding habits prevent forests from becoming too dense, keeping the grasslands open for zebras, wildebeest and gazelles. Without elephants, the landscape would change dramatically. But perhaps most remarkable is their intelligence and social complexity. Elephants recognize themselves in mirrors, use tools, and even mourn their dead. Their family bonds are legendary. At the heart of every family is the matriarch, an older, experienced female who leads with memory and wisdom. She remembers the locations of waterholes, safe routes, and the best feeding grounds, guiding her family through good times and bad. Scientists have documented matriarchs leading their herds across vast distances, sometimes retracing ancient migration routes passed down through generations. Elephants communicate using a rich language of rumbles, trumpets, and even seismic vibrations that travel through the ground. These low-frequency sounds can be heard by other elephants several kilometers away. When danger threatens, the herd forms a protective circle around the calves, adults facing outward, a living shield. This behavior is not just instinct, but a sign of deep emotional bonds and cooperation. In Ngorongoro, the presence of these giant bulls and family herds is a testament to the crater's safety and abundance. Here, elephants can live as they have for millennia. Some elephants still follow ancient migration patterns, moving between the crater and surrounding highlands in search of food and water, a journey that connects them to the wider ecosystem. Across Africa, elephants have been hunted for their ivory, but here, within the protected boundaries of Ngorongoro, they are watched over by dedicated rangers and conservationists. The old tuskers of Ngorongoro are living libraries of time, their tusks a testament to decades of survival. Some have been observed teaching younger bulls, passing on knowledge vital for survival. Their peaceful existence is a powerful symbol of what's possible when humans and wildlife coexist. Each elephant here is a reminder of the intelligence, memory, and emotion that define this remarkable species, and of the importance of protecting their future for generations to come. In the lush wetlands and shimmering pools of the Ngorongoro Crater, another giant reigns supreme, the hippopotamus. These massive creatures are a constant, almost mythical presence in the heart of the crater, their grunts echoing across the water at dawn and dusk. Despite their plump, barrel-shaped bodies, hippos are astonishingly agile in the water. They can hold their breath for up to 5 minutes and move with surprising speed, propelling themselves along the bottom with powerful kicks. In fact, hippos are considered one of Africa's most dangerous animals, responsible for more human fatalities than lions. They spend most of their days submerged, keeping their sensitive skin cool and moist under the relentless African sun. Their skin secretes a natural sunscreen, a reddish, oily fluid that protects them from sunburn and infection, giving rise to the local legend that hippos sweat blood. The Ngorongoro swamp and other pools are home to large pods, sometimes over 100 strong. Within these groups, social bonds are complex. Mothers fiercely protect their calves, and young hippos often play together, learning the skills they'll need as adults. As night falls, hippos leave the safety of the water, venturing onto the grasslands to graze. They can travel up to 10 kilometers in a single night, following well-worn paths to their favorite feeding grounds. Local Maasai legends tell of hippos that once roamed the crater's rim, returning to the water before sunrise to avoid the gaze of the sun god. Hippos play a crucial, if often unseen, role in maintaining the health of the crater's aquatic ecosystems. Their presence shapes the very landscape, creating channels and pools that benefit countless other species. As they spend their days in the water, their dung acts as a powerful fertilizer. This nitrogen-rich waste provides essential nutrients for algae and aquatic plants, which form the very base of the food web. These plants, in turn, feed fish and insects, which are then eaten by a wide variety of birds. The entire ecosystem depends on this cycle, with hippos at its heart. Unique footage reveals birds like kingfishers and storks foraging just meters from hippos, taking advantage of the bounty their presence creates. Even crocodiles and terrapins share these waters, often basking on the same muddy banks. Without the hippos, the entire aquatic system would be far less productive. Pools without hippos quickly become stagnant, choked with weeds and lacking the vibrant life seen elsewhere. Their constant movement stirs up the bottom, creating channels and keeping the water oxygenated. This prevents stagnation and allows fish and other aquatic creatures to thrive. While they may appear placid as they lounge in the water, hippos are fiercely territorial and can be extremely aggressive. They will confront crocodiles, chase off buffalo, and even overturn small boats that stray too close. The dominant bulls patrol their stretch of water, marking territory with dramatic displays, spraying dung with their tails and bellowing to warn rivals. They defend the females and calves within their pod with unwavering determination. Fights between males can be brutal, involving powerful charges and vicious bites from their enormous canine teeth, which can grow up to 50 centimeters long. These battles can leave deep scars and sometimes even prove fatal. Their aggression is a key reason why few predators dare to venture into the water to hunt. Even lions and hyenas, the crater's top predators, give hippos a wide berth. A hippo's powerful jaws can deliver a crushing bite, and they are more than capable of defending themselves against lions, hyenas, or even crocodiles. There are tales among local guides of hippos flipping crocodiles with a single snap of their jaws. Life for the hippos becomes more challenging during the dry season. As the pools shrink, competition for space and resources intensifies. Overcrowding leads to increased stress and more frequent conflicts. Calves are especially vulnerable, sometimes crushed in the press of bodies. These tense conditions can spark fierce battles with loud bellows and splashing as hippos jostle for space and dominance. During these times, hippos are forced to travel even further from the water to find food, making them more vulnerable to predators and the harsh elements. The health of the hippo population is a vital indicator of the overall health of the crater's water systems. Their presence is a living link between land and water, animal and environment, a reminder of the delicate balance that sustains Ngorongoro's wild heart. In the stories of the Maasai, the hippo is a guardian of the waters, a creature of strength and mystery, forever shaping the fate of the crater's swamps. The vast grasslands of the Ngorongoro Crater are painted with the black and white stripes of thousands of zebras, their herds flowing like living rivers across the golden savannah. These iconic animals are not just a common sight, they are the heartbeat of the crater's ecosystem. Their presence a testament to the abundance and vitality of this ancient caldera. Zebras live in large, tightly knit herds, their social bonds forged through grooming, play and constant communication. Within these groups, family units called harems are led by a dominant stallion who fiercely protects his mares and foals from danger. Each zebra's stripe pattern is as unique as a fingerprint, a dazzling code that allows them to recognize one another even in the chaos of a stampede. Scientists believe these stripes may also help deter biting insects and regulate body temperature, a remarkable adaptation to life on the plains. When threatened by predators, zebras rely on the confusion of their moving stripes, which blur together in a mesmerizing wave, making it nearly impossible for a lion to single out a target. Their survival depends on vigilance, speed, and the strength of the herd. As primary grazers, zebras feed on the tough, fibrous grasses that many other herbivores avoid. Their migration across the crater is driven by the search for fresh grazing, and as they move, they trim the tall grasses, paving the way for more selective feeders to follow. Darting across the plains with breathtaking speed and elegance are the gazelles, primarily Grants and Thompsons. These delicate antelopes are the ballet dancers of the Savannah, their movements a blend of grace and raw athleticism. Built for speed, gazelles can reach up to 80 kilometers per hour, their slender legs and lightweight bodies perfectly adapted for outrunning predators like cheetahs and hyenas. Their migration is a constant dance with danger, as they follow the rains and the promise of new grass. Gazelles are a vital link in the food chain, their alertness and agility keeping the crater's predators ever on the move. Their survival tactics include zigzag sprints, sudden leaps, and the ability to blend into the shimmering heat haze of the plains. Selective in their diet, gazelles browse on the freshest shoots and most nutritious leaves, their presence a sign of a thriving, healthy grassland. They are constantly on the move, following the subtle changes in vegetation brought by the shifting seasons. Watching gazelles pronk, leaping high into the air with stiff-legged exuberance, is a joyful spectacle. This behavior signals to predators that they're healthy and alert, and to fellow gazelles that the grasslands are safe, at least for now. Amidst the greens and golds of the crater, a brilliant splash of pink catches the eye. The arrival of flamingos transforms the landscape into a living watercolor, their numbers waxing and waning with the seasons. Lake Magadi, the shallow soda lake at the crater's heart, becomes a seasonal haven for thousands of lesser flamingos. These birds migrate in vast flocks, drawn by the abundance of algae that flourishes in the alkaline waters. Flamingos are marvels of adaptation, their specialized beaks perfectly designed to filter microscopic algae and crustaceans from the lake's caustic waters. Their migration is a delicate balance, timed to the rise and fall of water levels and the bloom of their food source. The flamingo's vibrant pink plumage is a direct result of the pigments in the algae they consume, a living testament to the interconnectedness of life in the crater. As they feed, flamingos act as natural filters, helping to maintain the delicate balance of the lake's ecosystem. Their synchronized movements and haunting calls add a sense of magic to the crater's mornings. The arrival and departure of flamingos mark the changing seasons, their migrations painting the crater with color and life. When water levels drop or food becomes scarce, they take to the skies in great pink clouds, seeking new feeding grounds across East Africa. This rich tapestry of herbivores, zebras, gazelles and flamingos, is constantly watched by a host of predators, each one playing its part in the eternal drama of survival. Spotted hyenas, often misunderstood as mere scavengers, are in fact skilled hunters. Living in large matriarchal clans, they use teamwork and endurance to pursue prey across the open plains. Female hyenas lead these complex societies, guiding their clans with intelligence and cooperation. Their stamina allows them to run down even the swiftest of prey, making them a formidable presence in the crater. Cheetahs, the fastest land animals on Earth, are rare but spectacular visitors to the crater floor. Their explosive bursts of speed are reserved for the chase, targeting the nimble gazelles in a breathtaking display of predator and prey. The constant interplay between predator and prey is the driving force of life in the Ngorongoro Crater, a never-ending cycle of migration, adaptation and survival. It is this dynamic, ever-changing balance that makes the crater one of the most beautiful and vital wildlife sanctuaries on Earth. The very feature that makes the Ngorongoro Crater such a unique sanctuary, its enclosing walls, is also its greatest challenge. These ancient volcanic ramparts, rising hundreds of meters above the plains, form a natural barrier that both protects and confines all life within. The crater is essentially a closed ecosystem, a natural island surrounded by a sea of land. Here, the boundaries are not drawn by human hands, but by the Earth itself, a living laboratory isolated from the world beyond. This isolation has profound consequences for the animals that live within it. Every species, from the smallest insect to the largest predator, is bound together in a delicate web of interdependence, their fates intertwined by the limits of their world. For many species, there is very little movement of individuals in or out of the caldera. The crater's walls are both a shield and a prison, shaping the destiny of every creature inside. This creates a closed gene pool, where the same genetic material is passed down from generation to generation without the introduction of new blood. Over time, the population becomes more homogeneous, and the subtle variations that drive evolution begin to fade. Over time, this can lead to a significant loss of genetic diversity. Evolution, which thrives on variation and the unexpected, is slowed and constrained. The crater becomes a crucible, where only certain traits persist and others are lost to time. Low genetic diversity is a serious, long-term threat to the health of a population. Without the raw material of genetic variation, the ability to adapt to new challenges, be it disease, climate change, or shifting food sources, is diminished. A diverse gene pool provides the raw material for adaptation and resilience. In the wider world, migration and mixing allows species to evolve, to meet the ever-changing demands of survival. Here, that process is slowed, and the balance between species becomes more precarious. It means that within a population there is a wide variety of traits, including different levels of immunity to diseases. In a closed system, the loss of this variety can be invisible, until a crisis reveals the hidden weakness. When genetic diversity is low, as it is for the crater's lions and buffalo, the entire population becomes more uniform. The subtle differences that might have offered protection against a new threat are simply not there. This makes them dangerously vulnerable. In the face of a new disease or environmental change, the entire population could be at risk, unable to adapt quickly enough to survive. If a new disease were to enter the crater, a lack of genetic variation could mean that few, if any, individuals have the natural immunity to survive, potentially leading to a catastrophic decline in numbers. The closed world that once offered safety could become a trap. The effects of inbreeding are already visible in some species. Subtle deformities, reduced fertility, and abnormal behaviors are all signs of a population under genetic stress. Studies on the Ngorongoro lions have shown that they have a higher rate of reproductive problems and are more susceptible to certain diseases compared to lions in the Serengeti, where the gene pool is much larger and more open. Here, the evolutionary arms race is fought with fewer weapons. This is a stark reminder that even in a place that looks pristine and wild, unseen genetic dangers can be accumulating. The beauty of the crater masks a silent struggle, one that plays out in the DNA of every living thing. Managing this issue is incredibly complex. Conservationists must weigh the risks and benefits of intervention, knowing that every action can have unforeseen consequences in such a finely balanced system. While introducing animals from outside populations could bring in valuable new genes, it also carries risks, such as introducing new diseases or disrupting the delicate social structures that have existed for generations. The balance between species, predator and prey, is easily upset in a closed world. This challenge highlights the delicate balancing act of modern conservation. It is a philosophical dilemma as much as a scientific one. How much should we intervene in nature's course, and when does protection become interference? It is not enough to simply protect a place from obvious threats like poaching and habitat loss. The invisible forces, genetic drift, inbreeding, and evolutionary stagnation, can be just as dangerous. We must also understand and manage the more subtle, invisible threats, like genetic isolation. Science offers us the tools to see what the eye cannot. to read the hidden story written in genes. Scientists are using advanced genetic tools to monitor the health of the crater's populations, providing vital information to the park authorities. Their work is a bridge between the past and the future, between what is and what could be. The future survival of the crater's incredible wildlife will depend not just on protecting its borders, but on carefully managing the life within them. In this closed world, every species, every gene, and every decision matters, ensuring that this isolated world remains not just a relic of the past, but a vibrant and resilient testament to the power and fragility of nature's balance. The Ngorongoro Crater is a treasure, not just for Tanzania, but for the entire world. Its future is a story still being written, one that depends on the choices we make today. Protecting this unique ecosystem for future generations is a responsibility of the highest order. The decisions we make now will echo for centuries. The Ngorongoro Conservation Area Authority, or NCAA, works tirelessly to manage this delicate balance between wildlife, people, and tourism. But the future demands even more innovative strategies. A key part of their work involves anti-poaching patrols. In the coming years, new technologies like drone surveillance and advanced tracking systems will help rangers stay one step ahead of poachers. Highly trained rangers patrol the crater and its surrounding highlands, protecting vulnerable species like the black rhino and elephants from the constant threat of illegal hunting. Their courage and dedication are inspiring. Like the story of a ranger who risked his life to save a wounded rhino, ensuring its survival and the hope for its species. Their presence is a powerful deterrent and is essential for the survival of these magnificent animals. But the future will require even greater collaboration, training and support. Conservation here also means managing the complex relationship between wildlife and the local Maasai people, who have lived in this region for centuries. Their knowledge and traditions are vital to the crater's future. The Maasai are pastoralists, and their cattle graze on the crater rim and sometimes venture down to the floor. In recent years, community-led grazing committees have begun to develop sustainable plans, ensuring both livestock and wildlife can thrive. This creates challenges such as competition for grazing land and the potential for diseases to pass between livestock and wildlife. But it also creates opportunities for cooperation and shared stewardship. Conservation programs are working to find solutions that benefit both people and animals, such as providing veterinary care for livestock to reduce disease risk and promoting sustainable grazing practices that protect the fragile grasslands for everyone who depends on them. One inspiring example is a Maasai-led initiative that restored overgrazed areas, bringing back native grasses and increasing wildlife sightings. Scientific research is a cornerstone of the conservation efforts in Ngorongoro. The future will see even more collaboration between local and international scientists, sharing knowledge and resources. Biologists and ecologists continuously monitor the animal populations, tracking their numbers, health and movements. New technologies like satellite collars and genetic analysis are revolutionizing our understanding of the ecosystem. They study the impacts of climate change, the dynamics of predator-prey relationships, and the genetic health of isolated populations. Their discoveries guide every decision, from reintroducing species to restoring habitats. This research provides the crucial data needed to make informed management decisions, whether it's deciding how to manage tourism to minimize disturbance, or considering complex interventions like genetic restoration for the lion population. The future will require adaptive management, responding quickly to new challenges as they arise. Understanding the science behind the ecosystem is key to preserving it effectively. Every new insight brings us closer to a sustainable future for Ngorongoro. The future of Ngorongoro depends on a shared commitment. Community involvement is growing, with local youth joining conservation clubs and elders sharing traditional wisdom with scientists. It depends on the dedication of the rangers on the ground, the wisdom of the scientists in the lab, the cooperation of the local communities, and the support of visitors from around the world who come to witness its wonders. Each person who visits, learns, or shares the story of Ngorongoro becomes part of its protection. The crater is a living example of how beautiful and vibrant our planet can be. Its survival is a global responsibility, reminding us that the fate of wild places is tied to our collective actions. It is a symbol of hope, a reminder that with care, dedication, and respect, we can protect these timeless wild places. The story of Ngorongoro is filled with hope, like the young Maasai girl who dreams of becoming a wildlife vet, inspired by the animals she grew up alongside. The continued survival of this natural Eden is a testament to what we can achieve when we work together to safeguard our planet's natural heritage. The world is watching. Ngorongoro's future is a call to action for all of us. Whether you're a scientist, a traveller, a local resident, or simply someone who cares about the wild. Support conservation, share these stories, and help ensure that Ngorongoro remains a sanctuary for generations to come. Together, we can write the next chapter for Ngorongoro, a chapter of hope, resilience, and unity. The future is in our hands. As the sun sets over the Ngorongoro Crater, a different world awakens. The vibrant day gives way to the mysterious and often unseen life of the night. This is when the crater reveals some of its most elusive and fascinating inhabitants. Gap 2S. The hyenas, known for their eerie calls that echo through the dark, become the dominant force. Highly social and intelligent, these creatures work in packs, using their incredible sense of smell and hearing to hunt and scavenge. Their laughter-like calls are not of joy, but of communication, strategizing, and sometimes intimidation. Gap 3S leopards, the stealthy and solitary hunters of the night, move with an elegance and precision that is both mesmerizing and deadly. They are masters of camouflage, blending seamlessly with the shadows. Their nocturnal activities are rarely witnessed, making each sighting a rare and treasured experience. Gap 3S. In the cover of darkness, smaller predators and nocturnal birds also emerge. The serval cat, with its strikingly long legs and large ears, prowls the grasslands, listening for the slightest rustle of prey. Meanwhile, the nightjar and the owl take to the skies, their silent flight and keen eyesight making them formidable hunters. Gap 3S. Dr. Jane Smith, a wildlife biologist who has spent years studying Ngorongoro's nocturnal life, shares her insights. Dr. Jane Smith. Night in Ngorongoro is a different realm entirely. The behaviors and interactions we observe at night are crucial for understanding the complete picture of this ecosystem. Predators like hyenas and leopards play key roles in maintaining the balance, and their nocturnal activities often dictate the movement and behavior of other species. Gap 3S. The night is also a time of heightened danger and tension. Prey animals like zebras and gazelles must remain vigilant, their senses on high alert. A single misstep could mean the difference between life and death. Gap 3S. But the night is not just about survival, it's also a time of mystery and beauty. The sky above Ngorongoro, free from the glare of artificial lights, becomes a canvas of stars, offering a breathtaking backdrop to the drama unfolding below. Gap 3S. The challenges of filming in the dark are immense. Advanced night vision cameras and thermal imaging technology allow us to capture these incredible moments without disturbing the natural behavior of the animals. The result is a rare glimpse into a world that is both haunting and magnificent. Gap 3S. As dawn approaches, the nocturnal creatures retreat to their hidden lairs and the crater slowly awakens to a new day. The cycle of life in Ngorongoro continues, each night adding another layer to the intricate tapestry of this remarkable ecosystem. Gap 3S. The nocturnal life of Ngorongoro reminds us of the unseen complexities and wonders of the natural world. It's a testament to the resilience and adaptability of its inhabitants, and a reminder of the delicate balance that sustains this unique environment. Gap 3S. As we continue to explore and understand the night, we deepen our appreciation for the crater and its diverse array of life. The mysteries of the night are a vital part of Ngorongoro's story, a chapter filled with intrigue, beauty, and the relentless pulse of life. Gap 3S. Join us as we continue to uncover the secrets of Ngorongoro, celebrating both the seen and the unseen, the day and the night, in this timeless natural wonder. As dawn breaks over the Ngorongoro crater, the air fills with the melodic chorus of birdsong. Here in this ancient caldera, over 500 bird species have found sanctuary, making it one of Africa's most celebrated bird-watching destinations. From the vibrant plumage of the Fisher's lovebird, endemic to northern Tanzania, to the regal flight of the crowned crane, the crater is alive with colour and movement. Gap 2S, rare and elusive species like the striking Hildebrandt's starling and the secretive Hartlob's turako flit through the acacia trees. Along the crater lakes, flocks of lesser and greater flamingos paint the water pink, sifting through the alkaline shallows for algae. Overhead, the majestic Verreaux's eagle soars, scanning the grasslands for prey with its keen eyesight. Gap 3S. But the bird life of Ngorongoro is more than just a visual spectacle. Weaver birds industriously construct intricate nests, their colonies hanging like ornaments from thorny branches. The tiny sunbirds, with their iridescent feathers, play a vital role as pollinators, flitting from flower to flower and ensuring the health of the ecosystem. Gap 3S. Some birds, like the Kori bustard, the heaviest flying bird in Africa, strut through the savannah with stately grace, while the secretive secretary bird stalks the grass in search of snakes and insects. Each species, from the smallest waxbill to the imposing ostrich, contributes to the balance of life within the crater. Gap 3S. Ornithologist Dr. Samuel Njoroge shares his passion for Ngorongoro's avian inhabitants. Every visit to the crater brings new discoveries. The diversity here is astonishing, and many of these species are indicators of the ecosystem's health. Protecting their habitats is crucial, not just for the birds, but for the entire web of life. Gap 3S. The bird life of Ngorongoro is a symphony of sound, colour and movement, a vital thread in the crater's living tapestry. As we marvel at these winged wonders, we are reminded of the interconnectedness of all creatures and the importance of safeguarding this extraordinary haven for generations to come.